What's up, guys? This is your host, Kavaski Irvin, the host of the Humming Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I'm here at Starbucks right now. You can probably hear it in the background, but I'm recording as I read and as I drink some coffee. I've had a long day. Got out of church about 12:30 to 1 this afternoon. We had a second service at 5 till about 6, and then I just got me a workout in and came straight over here to get this podcast done. I kind of want to read another story to you guys from my library, a little kid's book, and I'll probably do it after, of course, after this podcast specifically. But what I'm doing right now is very interesting. It's so interesting because I'm going through a bunch of my books, kind of narrowing down my library to the point where I'm like, okay, what is really the gist of what I'm reading right now? Because as I've collected so many and grown with time, I'm realizing that okay, the growth is good, the growth is well, and I'm seeing this fruit. You feel me? But okay, now that I've gotten all these different gems, what is the common message? And I'm looking at this work and I'm saying, okay, well, the common message is clearly that which I already know. And today our service was very clarifying. I may need to make an Instagram post about how clarifying this was, and I think I will 100% now that I think about it out loud. But yeah, and one sentence I want to read from this book is this shouldn't really surprise us. This is the sentence because it says many people really don't like the gospel. Sometimes that they express that politely, sometimes not politely at all, but they don't like it. This shouldn't really surprise us. You see what I'm saying? And then he goes on to say, think how incendiary much of what we believe is. We believe Jesus is the only way to know God. We believe Christ, the cross is the only way to be forgiven. We believe that one day everyone will be judged. As I was talking today to brothers and different things, and then as the message came through, man, I got a sweet message, and it was a message of love. It was a message from of clarity, clarifying what I did not know that I knew, and I knew very well that there would be pushback or there would be opposition, rebuttals, objections, different things like this. But I didn't know how powerful they will come, how consistent they will come. They are very consistent. This is a form of consistency that we can observe. But yeah, that's something I'm noticing right now as I'm just going through my books and realizing I'm in this book that I just read. The one I read from just then is a book by Rico Tice, Honest Evangelism, and it's a book that we studied in our men's ministry in the mornings. But I had to miss a bunch of that ministry simply because of a lack of time that I had. I didn't have much time, and so I had to miss much of it. And also in other books, of course, not just that one. But I just want to go ahead and go live with you guys right now, so I can let you know where my mind is, what is on my mind right now, because it's very important. Another thing, I'm finna jump in another book, and it's probably not gonna be one of the ones that I was in before. It's gonna be a different one, but I hope you can hear the background right now. The music is kind of nice. I actually had a little time the other day to watch this movie Macbeth, which Denzel Washington was in, and I broke down that a little bit. So that's another reason why I had to be here today to break down this text that I was actually so deeply impressed by. That's saying a lot. I'm not often impressed by this form of work, but I was deeply impressed. I was impressed by this work. Let's see how deep my notes go. Okay. The thing that really pulled my attention was the way which some words were removed for the sake of video quality, and how in the text some words are kept for the sake of conversation and literature. It really intrigued me. It really piqued my intrigue. Right now, I'm reading from a scene where Lady Macbeth, her son, and a cousin and a messenger come in, and then they're slain. So the slaying of Lady Macbeth is what I'm reading right now. Clearly, it's a passage where, let's see, it's displaying the love and connection of her with the son, and then we later see the love Macbeth has for his sweet wife. But it does, we don't get to see Macduff's interaction or fight. We only see Macduff find out this news and how it affects him. He said, "Have they all been slain, my pretties?" The way he interprets them, this is my pretties. That's the words he uses when he thinks about them. We'll jump forward to a point where it says, "How does my wife? Why well, and all my children well too." This is the part where Ross lies to him. So this is Macduff. I guess Macduff and Malcolm did know Ross, and he lies right there, this is we go on a little deeper. He said, "Would I could not answer this comfort with the like, but I have words that would be howled out in the desert air, where hearing should not latch them. What concern they?" That's what Macduff said. The general cause, or is it feet? Is it a feet grief due to some single breast? And Ross says, "No mind that's happened, that's honest, but in it shares some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone." That's when he gets to the business, and he lets him know that this main part pertains to the king or to Macduff. He said, "If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it." And then he goes, "Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which shall possess them with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard." Hum, I guess at it. Such good text, such good words. I guess at it. Your castle was surprised, your wife and babe savagely slaughtered. To relate this matter, were only the quarries of this murdered deer to add the death to you. And then Malcolm said, "Merciful heaven, what man gives sour words?" Here's a text, a piece that was pulled out of the show. "What man ne'er pour your hat upon your brows? Give sour words. The grief that does not speak whispers the o'erfright heart and bids it break." Then Macduff says, "My children too." And Rolf said, "Wife, children, servants, all that could be found." Macduff says, "And I must be from thence. My wife killed too, I have said." And then Malcolm chimes in, "Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief." Macduff says, "He has no children, all my pretty ones." Did you say all? Oh, hell, kite all. What? All the pretty chickens and their tail at one fell swoop. You see? You see where this is going? And so Macduff is very, very, very broken by this. This is a very powerful part. As I was watching the show, I just realized, like, man, I should tap into this. I should really get a better understanding of what's going on here, and understand what's really being said and how it's changing. So yeah, it's just powerful. You know what I mean? Like, it's super powerful. And I'm so happy to have caught on to it, simply because that's something that piques my interest. That is Macbeth right there. I have my book, um, Where There's Smoke by Sandra Brown here. I have Mary Diham. Her book is here, and then Jal Marsh, When in Rome, is here with me. Three sweet books. Um, One thing I know about Mary Diham in this book here, Legs Benedict, is it is a bed and breakfast mystery. Reason I think this is important is because um, a bed and breakfast mystery is like Carmen. Carmen, what's her name? Man, I don't know how I forgot it. YouTube Carmen. It's the detective, man. I'm gonna find it real quick. Let's see. Let's see. Behind the patrol, no sir. It was Carmen San Diego. Sheesh, how I forgot that. But San Diego. So basically, every episode is a new mystery. just like the bed and breakfast. This bed and breakfast is the main scene, so you won't have to continue to clarify what this scene looks like. You'll learn the bed and breakfast. You'll get to a great understanding about the bed and breakfast, and as you know, this you will start to learn. Okay, these are the scenarios. This is what happens. A show that I watched that really helps me here is the show called Columbo. Yeah, that's my guy. As I continue to not watch the show, I get intrigued by other. So I got Columbo, but they have other shows like Monk, and they got a show called Dallas. They got many Texas Ranger shows. They got other stuff like this, but Columbo is the one that I watch simply because it's my style. You know, I like that type of detective mystery, and detective mystery is big for me. And not only is it just that, but but I just it's powerful. You know, it's super powerful. And so this bed and breakfast mystery reminds me of that. Columbo does a lot of work in different sceneries, but his form of business, his form of handling detection and detective work is so familiar that when you turn on his episodes and different things, you start to get a better feel of about how this crime could be solved in the future or something, how it could be solved or how it could play out. And so you start to understand it, and you kind of work the mystery with them. You try to predict it and different things like that. But yeah, that's Mary Dime. This book is called Legs Benedict. So we're gonna dive into a good fella. It says the only good fella is a dead fella, basically. When in Rome, I have not read this one yet, but I know it is legendary. And the reason why I bought it was unique, but we're not gonna get into that right now. Okay, we will highlight one thing. Is a inscription on the top. It says she writes better than Christie. So that's a popular writer. Sandra Brown, Where There's Smoke, and it has a airplane on it. Sandra Brown wrote this book in 1993, the year I was born. That might have a significance in why I knew I had to buy this book, even though I buy a lot of her books. Y'all hear that? Stevie Wonder in the back. Stevie Wonder in the back, baby. That's my guy. Go, Stevie. Living just enough for the city. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I wanted to get on and do a small little podcast just in the meantime, so you guys can see the convenience of which this podcast is starting to move. Because I'm just gonna continue to podcast until I can't podcast no more, baby. Let's keep it up.